Welcome to this part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a lovely lady with us who's world renowned for her gifts. She travels to Hollywood every week doing readings for the stars, and we've finally got her here today. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please give a warm hand for Miss Ruths. How are you doing, Ruth? All right? So what have you been up to?
I'm doing a lot of work on TV at the moment. I'm on there probably 6-7 days a week. So I actually got around to starting a book that I've been promising myself I would start. My life's been really, really varied, and I thought I wanted to put down into words really just my journey from there to here.
Yeah. When were your first experience when you knew you were tuning in and when you were becoming psychic?
I remember being about 8 and seeing spirit in my bedroom. I was always in my bedroom, and I would see people, they would talk to me. I could describe what they were saying, what they looked like, and when I told my family and my mum and dad, I was classed as a very nervy child, which I was then. I was very sort of nervous, and they put it down to, like a lot of parents do, as being, you know, your imagination. I would suddenly go very low, very down. I would cry. I would feel really drained. In fact, my mum, over the years as a child, had me at the doctors many times thinking there was something wrong, because I would actually get physical pains. And then something would happen. I would know something was going to happen. When it had happened, then my energy would drop and I'd go back to normal. At that age, I wasn't aware of what was really happening. But just that this didn't happen to everybody else in the playground, you know. So, but from there, really.
You don't understand what's happening when you're tuning in as a young child with a clear sense, and you just know there's something there, and you sort of develop it. What tools do you use now to do readings?
Mainly and foremost with my spirit guides. I've got several spirit guides. My different guides, it's a bit like books in a library. I'll have one guide that comes in on relationships, another guide that comes in on careers, so it's kind of different guides that come in for me. So I work very, very close with them. So what happens as I'm doing a reading, I use my cards as well. So I've got my different cards, many different sets of cards. So I will start and get information either being told to me or shown to me. So my guides are talking, a bit like when we've got an earpiece in here. So you've got somebody talking into one ear, which is my guide, and then information coming in from my cards.
Is there any memorable readings, there's that many you've done?
A couple that really, really stick out. I used to do the psychic fairs years ago. I went to one fair. My first client was a young man who was about 30, and he came in, had a reading with me first. 3 months prior to meeting this gentleman, I'd been told by other psychics that there was a gypsy lady trying to give me something, and I knew I was not picking up what was being given. And it turns out when I did this reading that this guy was a real Romany gypsy, and the lady that had been trying to come in, that is now one of my guides, was this young man's mum, and he stayed at the fair all day because of the energy. So he actually came in and it was his mum.
That's great, you know. I must tell you about a reading I did. I did a reading for this gentleman, and I put my cards out, and I was sort of reading to him. And you know, like you do, you smile when you're doing a reading. And as I was reading, smiling to him, he hit me on the face. And I said to him, I said, what did you hit me for? He said, because I wanted to strike an happy medium.
Oh, very good,
okay. Why did you chuck that in? Thank you very much for coming in. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Ruths.